Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Voidaclizm channel. It's been a while, and that's partially my fault. I had some stuff going on, schooling and just all kinds of other things, but here I am, I'm back, and hopefully for the long term, it's my end game goal, I guess. But I'm just gonna, I think, play a bunch of just random stuff that I think is cool, maybe some scary stuff, maybe some not scary stuff, like this, the Stanley Parable, Ultra Deluxe. I heard it came out. First one was fantastic. I know it's like a remake, but I haven't played it in a long time. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is just kind of progress through, see if I can find anything new. And then, yeah, if I can basically, find the stuff, that's what we're going to do. So here we go.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Hello, Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
Okay,
This is what
gotta be
employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay. Well, this is me. I am Stanley. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, Stanley Parable, a game that basically it's like a choose-your-own-adventure game where you can do kind of whatever you want.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Man, I sure hope I missed a memo. Or didn't miss a memo? I don't know. Maybe it's a free day off. I would take it. What is this? Be my Valentine? Interesting. Yeah, there's already just new stuff. I don't remember all these like little cups and details. I hate Mondays. Great.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, well, obviously we're not going to go to the door on my
This
left.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
That's exactly what I did.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Nice. All right, I will drink everything in this room. I will drink the water from this ocean painting in this goddamn room.
Really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
I'm sorry, okay? You told me to drink it all in, so that's what I did. Okay, it's just
At
my
this
personal
point,
way of doing
Stanley's
it.
obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
Okay, I'm
It
sorry.
At last,
I'm
he had
leaving.
enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Well, we're not doing that.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, I'm kind of impressed. Sometimes it's about seeing things. I'm looking for people. I'm not following the narrator. You gotta find the people.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. See, I jumped on the railing because I remember it being, I feel like the ending that had other games in it, maybe?
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
At least that's my assumption, so I'm just gonna pick this way first. See if there's anything different.
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Well, this door looks pretty red, if I do say so.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
What about this gray door? I didn't know there was a crouch button. That's okay. I'm gonna go through the blue door.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
I need to know.
You see?
I want to know.
I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that?
How do I know it was for me?
And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees?
Yes.
Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
See, I'm now tempted to go back down this way. But this wood door, it's getting me.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Well, let's think here. Is 1 the best or is 5 the best? These are the questions you have to ask yourself. Presumably 5 is the best, and I feel like there were a lot of choices because I had every opportunity to disobey you.
You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul.
Oh, it's your soul.
That, Stanley.
Okay.
Don't even try.
Trust me, I won't.
Based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh. Worldwide leaderboard. Ooh-hoo. Good old Neil. 2 seconds. Skid Nicho Nico Taco? Oh, man. Alright. Well, here we go.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
If 5 is the best, I think so.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect.
Nope, not at all.
Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh no. I forgot how terrible this was. I didn't know it was 4 hours to sit here and do this. Oh man. Oh man. I don't know if I'm gonna sit here for 4 hours. Oh my god. Oh my. See, it just makes me feel heartless. Like, I can't let it go, but I don't want to listen to this anymore. Alright, I've been doing this for a few minutes. Oh man. I'm curious as to what 4 hours is, and maybe I'll come back and do it. But right now, we're here to play a game. And it's to let, well, oh man, I hope not this, oh no. Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain?
Oh, this was the ending.
What do we have here?
If I remember right, we're about to play some
quality old seems like it'll work.
Minecraft.
Let's give it a shot.
At least I thought it was Minecraft. Oh my god, it's Firewatch. This is okay.
What do you think this game is about?
What the heck?
What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Okay. Okay, well that was an Easter egg. That's like the Minecraft door sound is what that sounded like. Alright. I mean, this looks just like Firewatch. Like, what the heck? I guess if Firewatch is the game you want me to play, I can play that too. I don't... Man, that's another game I haven't seen in a long time.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Oh man. Oh no.
Goodness, Stanley, what a close call. You really wandered off into that thing. that big open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Sounds good to me. What game we going to now?
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
An achievement you can't
Wonderful.
jump?
See,
I didn't even know that this was
what I
the
had
jump button.
Just a nice big box for you to run around in.
It's
there
Rocket
isn't
League.
any possibility that you could get lost here.
I didn't even
now,
realize I'm out here freaking
this
getting
is game
achievements.
design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Wow. It really looks like Rocket League. What the heck?
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must.
that was
okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Oh, man. Okay. Go in.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun?
Yes.
Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on?
The ball game.
Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize...
Oh, I didn't. Okay. I did not mean to fall down there. Oh, man. Where am I?
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
I think we can write a pretty good story. Oh, follow me again. Alright. We're in the darkest depths of the game. It's a little spooky down here. Very dark, too. I can't really see anything. Yeah, that little clicking is me freaking spamming the activate, jump, something. I don't know. Gave me an achievement. Oh, here we go. What the heck is this? Can't even go in there. Is there something on those? I can't really tell. Alright, here we are. Oh, it's my desk. Employee 427. That's me. Haha. Oh, wait. Is that what I was looking at earlier? Oh, no. Alright. Well, I'm going to keep wandering, I guess. Till I can find the way. Oh. Did I find it?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
But I wasn't ready for
I
dead.
can wait.
I haven't explored enough down there yet. I was just saying how I was going to go look around and then come back. And then, yeah, here we are. The thing ended immediately. Oh. Did I do it?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe yeah, woohoo! We did it! Ending!
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, we gotta check out some of these boards. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Oh my god, the broom closet ending is my favorite ending. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets off the topic of something. The paper synergizing guy. What the? Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Hire someone to synergize the papers. Man, this is something. What is this? Number of slides on this slide. Slides, charts, and slides? What kind of data is going on here? A lot of percent space between. Is that teenagers? Throw something in the ideas bin? Oh, man, these are great. Alright. Aha! Aha!
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing there, so he turned around and got back on track.
No, this is me in the broom closet. I need the broom closet ending.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Nope, I'm gonna stay here. This broom closet.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
It's okay, I can keep myself occupied. I can stare at the wrench, the duct tapes, the wrenches.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
See, here's the thing. Broom closet, favorite place. I would live in this broom closet if I could.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Hey, broom closet. It's got to be something. It's here.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite."
Yes.
I hope your friends find this concerning.
They won't. They will tell me the broom closet ending was the best.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Stanley did love his broom closet, though.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
Oh.
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Alright. Well, fine. You know, he was real quick to replace me at my desk if I was just laying there dead in the... thinking about the broom closet ending. Oh my god. The broom closet ending. Alright, fine, I'm moving on.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board.
Oh,
I
glad to be here.
You coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Woohoo. Executive bathroom. Hello? Oh, this door opens now. I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say that's a lovely verse. Oh man. All right. Well, I don't want my purse stolen, so I'm leaving. Oh, is this door open? Oh, it does. What is that? What is going on here? Business strategy? Oh no, that's oh man. That's pretty terrible. Okay, we're gonna leave this place too. The most expensive boss. Wait, is that what that says? Oh, I am the most expensive boss. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Okay.
2845.
Man, that's just oddly convenient. I totally forgot he just gives you the code. Alright, well, I did see in the achievements that there was an 8 with a lot of 8s. So all I'm going to do is type in the number 8.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Well, sick, I got the achievement. I'm going to keep entering 8s, though.
2845.
I mean, this looks like 2845. 8888 equals 2845. 8888 8. 8. 8.
Forgot, but it turns out that the
8.
panel's
8.
emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself.
Oh.
And Stanley got
My
the hell
God.
along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Oh man, this was so good. That was crazy. How did that even happen?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Not the big thing that just says escape. I'm going this way.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Well, I mean, if that's true, nah, I'm just kidding. We're going in.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Exactly. I will willingly confront my death. Huzzah! The end is never the end. Oh, we're still falling. Nice.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
Oh,
So
whoa.
he resigned
Okay.
and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Goodbye, Mr. Narrator.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
I am not
When
too sure.
every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh. Well, I mean, I guess there definitely is some different stuff, because that one freaking gaming thing had different things on it. So, I wonder if there's anything just in here, because if I remember right, this was all just stuff. Oh, so if someone's playing solitaire. Employee database. Huh. See, we're looking for new game. We're not looking for old game, we're looking for new game. I can come back and play this game if I want to, but we need to find the new game.
It's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitively if you have even the most fundamental understanding
What is
of
this?
good and bad game design. But of course, you being you, you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you. Stanley walked over the bridge.
Stanley walked over the bridge. Nice. Ah, here we go. Big ol' exit sign. Why didn't I look at that before?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. how they wish to control one another, how they both wish to be free.
Well, Stanley Parable, turned off.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Ah, here we
Listen
are
to me.
again.
You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you
I don't
move
know.
forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
That didn't sound too good. Did we do it?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Aha! I see. I seem to have found the new content. Let us go.
New content? What does that mean? New content.
That is about the greatest way to introduce new content that I have ever seen. Yay!
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well,
Yes.
this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Me too.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Yes. Hello?
Is it broken?
Yes,
What's
so I'm
going
thinking.
on here? Should we be moving somewhere? Or, oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
There's some
I
elevator
have
music.
to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if the... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Yes. Let's get that content. The
All
jump
right.
circle.
All right, let's see it. The jump circle?
Yes. But I can't jump outside of it. Okay, I guess I'm jumping 31 times. Yes. Oh, I ran out of jumps.
Is
Well.
that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's
You know.
just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes.
Aha, yes.
I
Thank
knew
goodness
there
I
had
didn't want to
something
listen to him
else.
count
Let's
to
see
30
it.
million.
I'm ready for whatever it is.
Let's see. Oh.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore."
Wait, what?
Quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
Oh, good.
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Sounds good to me. Let's get some good old content. Ah, new content.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something! Oh. You don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Oh, this is back in the office. Okay, we're not going that way. Because we need the new content.
Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
Thank you, narrator. What? Coffee nut. Interesting. The end is never the end is never the end.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
It did. Oh man, it did. Zone, sweet zone. What we got over here? Magazines. Stanley Parable. The Audience Award. Oh, nice. Award that looks to be stolen and have you placed Stanley Parable on it. Nice. Look at all these. Who's this guy? Okay. These all look like they're from the game, except for that guy. What, the original remake? The Stanley Parable. Buy on Steam. Demonstration. Smile because it happened. Okay. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. Okay. Debut the game. A bunch of nominees. Wow, nice. Alright. Fantastic. Nice calming music.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now,
oh, man.
It's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk
It's
now.
Ultra.
A
It's
lifeless
Deluxe.
husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Elevator content. Memory Zone Maintenance. Okay. The original remake.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else.
9 out of 10.
It didn't need new
Out of 9
content.
out of 10?
It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories. These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again.
Oh, the store's open.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam,
Oh, no.
the online
Oh,
video
no.
game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
I mean, I hope. Oh.
Honestly,
no.
I could not be bothered to play
Bug
this game
Livia.
to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
That's fair. That's fair. I'd do that. What is this?
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You
What
can't
are
know
these
how
reviews?
much
They're like
fluff
are
they touch
real
in the
reviews
game
if
to
you
get
go
it
and
to feel
find
as
them.
light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let
Oh,
these
it's
people
okay.
down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as stern. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
A skip button?
A skip button.
A skip button?
Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes,
Okay.
a skip button we shall have.
Okay.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it.
All
It's
right.
what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes
Okay.
something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, no, until 245.
that the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime.
Never a moment before lunchtime.
It's the only
Oh,
thing
man.
there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah.
Alright, well, now
blah,
we're just
blah,
repeating.
blah,
Oh,
blah,
man.
blah, blah. We've eaten too much, and it can't be just.
Alright, fine.
No.
We've eaten too much. Ah, hello.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course,
Nice.
I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description. Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you?
Yeah.
But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless
Okay.
display of self-absorption, it's... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes.
It's a long time.
It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again.
Oh, you mean like
I
this?
think the skip... Stanley!
Hello?
Please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Oh my
You've
goodness.
just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone.
What
I've
what
looked
happened
at
to
it
the
from every
door?
angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley.
Alright,
There's
well, no door.
There's
Might as well just
you.
wait for it to come back.
Oh, Stanley, you're back.
Yes,
You're
hello.
back. Oh my goodness, I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's
A
been
week? A week?
or 2 weeks.
Oh
I've
no.
been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know
that's
you
fair.
can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the
The vessel?
outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because
I can hear
maybe,
you.
Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe.
Oops. Okay. I did not mean to. Okay. Well, that one was by accident. I was gonna try and
Hello,
push the A
it's
button
you.
to spam it
You're
and
here
jump.
again. Welcome. I have
though I can't
had
jump,
time
so I
to
guess that
think
sounds
about
kinda
you
stupid.
and about us and about everything we've been through.
All
I've
right,
had
well, bye.
so-
Oh, he's gone. It is the end. Time and reality are collapsing in on itself. Skip! We must hit the point of no return. Alright, well there's an alarm going off. Just go. Just go. We gotta
But they
get out of
didn't
here.
understand the game was never meant to be
Oh,
funny.
he's
It was
back.
meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences
Right.
for a...
Creepy. Is the door back? Aw, dang. Dude, the door's gotta come back at some point.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end,
That's a little
is never
creepy.
the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
Door? No door. Keep going. We must keep going. It has had to have been tons of years. Oh. Nice. Just keep skipping. Oh, there's light. I can escape. I can't escape. Alright. Oh, very green now. Nice. Oh. Dark and black outside and the green's gone. Creepy again. A lot of creeps going on in here. Oh, yeah, we're gonna skip that. That's fine. Oh. Now the whole building is sideways. Ooh, I can get out. Where even are we? Mr. Narrator, where have you gone? Well, I guess it's been a really long time. He's probably crazy. If he's even still around, I guess. Aha, I've made it back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Aha! New content. Oh, yes. Alright, well, I think I'm going to end this episode here. There's definitely going to be another Stanley Parable coming out for the new content. And yeah, my plan is to post more frequently now, as long as I can find stuff to actually, you know, post and record that's fun and interesting. And yeah, I guess that's kind of it. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. So, I will see all you in the next one.